A week in my life as an Educ student. Examination done! For today's episode, I'll be sharing my journey during our final examination week as an Educ student. So this is Monday, our second day of our exam. I went to school as usual to take my scheduled examination, and after finishing some of my exam, I headed first to the comfort room to fix my things and also to fix my face. Dapat fresh tayo all day yan. Nag-aayos lang ako kasi tapos ko na ang isa kong exam, which is major pa yun. So, medyo nakahinga-hinga muna tayo at nakapag-rest. And after that, I headed to the library to do a quick review and prepare for the next subjects. So that day was mostly spent taking exams and studying in between schedules. The library became my study space for the day. It was quiet and peaceful, while helped me focus and refresh my mind before the next set of exams. Even though I was already feeling a little tired from answering test papers from my majors, I reminded myself that every review session counted, especially during final weeks. So yes, I spent time reviewing everything before my next exams. And after spending time reviewing, I attended my remaining examinations for that day. It was a long and tiring schedule, but I felt accomplished knowing that I had used my vacant hours wisely. By the end of the day, I was one step closer to finishing finals week and completing another semester in my journey as an education student. So that's it. And yes, it's afternoon na nga. Yan, punta nga pala kami sa labas para kumain ng lunch. And to my favorite spot. Not sponsored, guys. Gusto ko lang dito kasi ang peaceful and I love the food. And also my wifi and my aircon. And yes, here's my food. Kumain na kami and then umalis. Another day, another exam. So aside from taking our examination, we also presented our music video film project, which served as our final examination in one of our subjects. So it was exciting to see everyone's hard work come together. So here's some glimpse of it. Actually, ending na pala yan. So you will see here kung sino-sino yung mga members and the contribution of every members, and of course the bloopers. This day was dedicated to submitting some of my remaining video projects for my English major subjects and one more requirement check off the list. So as you can see, here is the translated song. And here we go, the final day of our exams definitely gave me a memorable experience. I almost panicked because there were no tricycle available and I knew I was going to be late. So I immediately informed my teacher about my situation, and thankfully my teacher understood it. So while waiting for the transportation, I honestly felt emotional and stressed because it was already the last day of our exams and I didn't want to be late. But thankfully, I eventually arrived at school and was able to take my exam. So in the afternoon also, we attended a theater play presented by the second year English education student entitled The Chain of the Triangles. Inspired siya sa song na Tatsulok. So it was inspiring to watch their performance. And talaga namang nakakakilabot because it talks about the political issues and it was an emerging issues right now. So ayan, papasok na kami and it was about to start. And inutusan ako ni ma'am na mag-documentation for them. And of course, I accepted it. So, nasa likod ako. And ayan, na nag-start na nga. So, makikita ko yung mga students, mga kabataang nagrarally. Meron ding teacher, reporter, and police na lalabas. And of course, senators or politicians, ganyan. After the show, I visited a demonstration class because some of my friends were participating and I wanted to observe and support them as well. So Here guys, last day of exam. Bumisita ako dito sa BED. Nagde-demo sila. Say hi, Jamaica. Hi. Congrats. Tapos na yung demo nila. Ayan na guys. Tara na. Final term exam done. So to end the day, we had a planned dinner together to celebrate surviving and finishing our final examination. So we enjoyed good food, shared stories, I laughed together, and finally I headed home with grateful hearts. Of course, after the exam, I need to clear everything. So as you can see, nabuburan ako ng blackboard ko. Blackboard kasi, whiteboard kasi tapos na nga. Another month, or another semester, another sulat. Yes. Looking back at some videos of my freshman self in 2023 and comparing them to who I am now as a third-year education student reminds me how far I've come. I cannot see only my growth but also my improvement in the areas where I once struggled. The things I lacked confidence in during my first year are now challenges I've learned to overcome. So every lesson, challenges, and experience has shaped me into the future educator I'm becoming. So I'm grateful for my growth and excited for the journey ahead. Road to fourth year this August. But before that, my mid-year kami, and that tackles FS1. FS1 for observation. So, lalabas na kami. Before exam week officially ended, here's a quick throwback from May 23. So, last Saturday, I went to school for a video recording and shooting session for our translation subject. And I was one of the singers for a translated hymn project. So, after the recording was finished, I treated myself to some ice cream while waiting for my ride home. It was a simple but enjoyable way to end the day before the busy exam week. And that's it for this vlog. Thank you so much for joining me and watching another week in my life as an education student. Finals week may be stressful, but it also reminded me of how far I've come and how much I've learned throughout the semesters. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. See you in the next episode of Keziah's Kaleidoscope vlog. Bye! I haven't moved on since that. Now